Students, can you see the screen? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
You can see the screen, no? Okay. So, let us start with today's lecture. Okay. So, as I told you, I'm going to repeat yesterday's part. Okay. Before that, I would like to tell you one thing, and that is about port 0. We have studied parallel ports of 8051, and in that we have studied there are 4 ports of 8051: P0, P1, P2, P3. Out of these 4 ports, we have seen that P1 is a single function port and P0, P2, P3 are dual function port. But one more special thing about the port number 0 is that you must know this. You have to connect external pull-up resistors to port 0 of 8051 as the diagram you can observe on the screen. On the screen, what you can observe, we have taken out the wires of port 0 starting from port 0.0 to port 0.7, and all these wires are connected to 10 kilo ohm and it is finally connected to plus VCC. So all these resistors of 10 kilo ohm, they are called as pull-up resistors. Okay, so we have to see why the pull-up resistors are there. Okay, so whenever the output of port 0 is not low, then all the time the port 0 output is held at logic 1, and it is held at logic 1 with help of these pull-up resistors. So whenever low is applied to a corresponding pin, then and then only that particular pin becomes logic 0, otherwise always it is at logic 1. So for this purpose, the external pull-up resistors are required for port 0, and all remaining ports, that is port 1, port 2 and port 3, they have internal pull-up resistors. And therefore, for port 1, port 2 and port 3, you need not connect external pull-up resistors. So you have to only connect the external pull-up resistors for port number 0. Okay. So as pull-up resistor is there, pull-down resistor can also be there, and those pull-down resistors you have to connect to the ground. So if you do this, if you use the pull-down resistor, then what happens? The output of the port remains always low, and output becomes 1 only when the 8051 sends logic 1 to a particular pin. But generally for 8051, the pull-up resistors are used, not pull-down resistors. Pull-up resistors are used. That means always the pins of port are at logic 1. Unless and until you apply logic 0 to them, they will become logic 0 when you apply logic 0. Okay. So in examination, it may be asked, name the port for which external pull-up resistors have to be connected. So answer of this is port 0. So port 0 is the port for which the external pull-up resistors are required. And this is the way in which the external pull-up resistors are connected to 8051. Okay. So now we will move further to memory organization. So yesterday already we have discussed the memory organization. but as I couldn't share the screen, I will repeat it again. Okay, so we need to study the RAM organization of 8051. So all of you know RAM is the random access memory, which is also called as the data memory of 8051. And this data memory, how it is arranged internally, that has to be studied as a programmer. Okay, now if you observe the organization of the RAM, then what you can observe, how many spaces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 spaces are there in RAM of 8051. Okay, so initially what you can observe, is we have 4 register banks starting from register bank 0 to register bank 3. And as I told you, the size of each register bank is, how much, students? I have told you yesterday how much is the size of the register bank. Can anybody remember? Yes? It is of size 8 bytes. Each bank consists of 8 bytes. 8 bytes for register bank 0, 8 bytes for register bank 1, 8 bytes for register bank 2, and 8 bytes for register bank 3. And these 8 banks are 8 bytes are nothing but 8 general purpose registers. In each bank you have 8 general purpose registers. Okay, and they are named as R0, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6 and R7. Each bank has general purpose registers starting from R0 to R7. Okay, so whenever you turn on the microcontroller or whenever you reset the microcontroller, the default bank selected by microcontroller is bank number 0. So always bank number 0 is available with you, and you have 8 registers from bank 0, and those you can use in your program. You can select the remaining banks by using what is called as PSW. We have studied about PSW. What is PSW? It is a processor status word, and this word shows the status of the processor. It shows the status of the processor, and there are 2 bits in this PSW word, and those 2 bits can select the bank of the RAM. Okay, so that is what we can observe in further slide. I will show you how it can be done. Can you observe some diagram on the screen which is called as processor status word? Yes, students, tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Now here this PSW register, it has 8 bits, and each bit shows the status of the processor. Like CY shows the carry, whether carry is generated. AC shows whether auxiliary carry is generated. F0 is user defined flag, and OVE shows whether certain operation produces a overflow, and P shows whether the parity is even or odd. Okay, so all these bits, they show the status of the processor, and PSW.1, it is reserved for future use. Okay, so it cannot be used. Okay, now here in this table you can see we can set and reset the bits RS1 and RS0 using the instruction. Okay, and you can change the bits of RS1 and RS0. So when RS1 and RS0 both of them are 0, then register bank 0 will be selected. When they are 0 1, that means RS1 is 0, RS0 is 1, then in that case bank 1 is selected. If RS1 is 1 and RS0 is 0, then register bank 2 is selected. And when both of RS1 and RS0 are 1, then register bank 3 will be selected. Okay, so by default 8051 microcontroller selects the register bank 0, but you can change the bits of PSW word and you can select bank number 1, bank number 2 or bank number 3. Okay, so now let us come again back to our memory organization. That is what we were studying. Okay, so here what we have studied, we have 4 register banks starting from 0 to 3, each having a size of 8 byte. Each register bank has registers, general purpose registers of length 8 bit, starting from R0 to R7. Okay, and by default the bank 0 is selected by microcontroller. This is what is we have seen. Now here you can observe what I have written here. Register bank 1 can be used as a stack memory. It can be used as a stack memory. Stack memory is a portion of memory which works in first in last out manner, and it is used for the temporary storage. Okay, it is used for the temporary storage, and this temporary storage is required if you are working with the subroutine or functions, or if you are working with the interrupts. Okay, so for these two operations we will require the stack. And what we have studied about the stack, by default the stack pointer register contains the value of 07H. Okay, and when you are going to insert the element on the top of the stack, then this stack pointer is incremented by 1, and therefore what happens, if you are going to insert the first element on your stack, it will be stored at address 08H, which is the starting address, starting address of this stack pointer, and this you can observe here. And what stack pointer contains? The stack pointer contains address 07H. This is very, very important. You have to remember this for examination purpose. While studying the special purpose special function register, we will again once again we will revise this particular point. So at this point, what you have to remember, the register bank is specially used as a stack. It is specially used as a stack, and the default value of the stack pointer address is 07H. That is what you have to remember. Okay, now are you clear about this, students? Are you clear about this? Yes, tell me, are you clear about this? So here I have written the register used to access the stack is called as stack pointer register, and stack pointer in 8051 is only 8-bit bytes, which means that it can take value from 00 to FFH. Okay, when 8051 is powered up or when it is resetted, the stack pointer register contains the value 07H, which is important for your examination point of view. थांबेल का तो थोडा वेळ, लेक्चर चालू आहे ना माझं, 11:40 ला संपणार. Okay, now let us move to the next point. So what next point you can observe here? What next point you can observe here, students? Which next portion is there? Do you know? We have studied all register banks, and after register banks, what you can observe here? This particular portion. And what is that portion? What is that portion? This is a bit addressable RAM. And address of the bit addressable RAM starts from 20H and ends up to 2FH. So how many bytes are there in this particular area? There are 16 bytes. There are 16 bytes. Okay. There are 16 bytes in this particular bit addressable area. And how these 16 bytes are? These 16 bytes are bit addressable. That means individually you can use the bits, individually you can set the bits, individually you can reset the bits. And this you can do with the help of bit operation instructions. Like, what are the bit operation instructions?